as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The dish to Irving. It's stolen by Allen. Look at Cleveland's starting group. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in the center position. Irving dishes to James. There's the three. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, a bit over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
The Cavaliers on offense. Smith kicks to Irving. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. On defense, Cleveland.
And listen, Cleveland were the favorites to win the Central Division last season. High expectations given they finished third in the Central in 2014. But that's just what adding LeBron can do for a team.
For the finish. And it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
And a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball, on the attack, full throttle. I love
it. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Smith for three.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
From deep, George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. James, the pass to Thompson. Smith kicks to Love. On the wing, James. 6 to shoot. Smith for three. That falls. Great assist by Love. Smith's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. George dishes to Allen. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
On the wing, James. The feed now to Love. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Here's Hill. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
Turner's checked in for the Pacers. Hill comes in for Allen.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Kicks it out to Love. Smith outside. And the basket good.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Hill with it. Now Smith defending. Hill passes to Hill. Some nice passing here by Indiana. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound.
He saw that one was going long, and he tracked it down.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And some changes here for the Pacers. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. And Ty Lawson subbed in for George Hill. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Amon Shumpert's checked in for James. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. That'll be a 5-second call.
That's 2 unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
And one thing you can't do is string together those kinds of possessions. It can snowball in a hurry.
The Pacers making a switch here. Miles is checked in.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Stuckey for 3. Rebound by Dellavedova. Cavaliers trailing. Here's Shumpert. And that one is stuffed right through.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now, here is Lawson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Turner. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
For 3, Lawson. And that one's good.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And when you consider how the Pacers are doing, guys, what do you think?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
They've got C.J. Miles. Turner is up there with Mahinmi. Then there's Rodney Stuckey, and it's Lawson in at point guard. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Paul George comes in for Turner. And it's Hill in for Ty Lawson.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Stuckey can't get it to go.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. Ellis comes in for Rodney Stuckey.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
Here's Ellis. Nails the 16-footer. Cavaliers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Smith drives in. Irving with it. He's picked up by Hill. And James gets it to go.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Lets the 3 fly. Hill, no good. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. George against James. And George, here we go. Mahinmi's shot is good. And the Pacers lead by 2. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
LeBron kicks to Irving, and he misses the go-ahead basket. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. D2 from Hill. Smith with some nice D. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Some changes for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi, and it's Hill in for Paul George. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert, he's checked in for James. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Dellavedova dishes to Fry. Dellavedova kicks to Shumpert. Puts it up from 12. No luck. So the Pacers will take it the other way. The 3 from Hill. Here's Ellis. A beautiful reverse layup. Ellis has got 4 this quarter.
Well, they've really cranked up the intensity, tracking down those loose caroms, stacking up second chance buckets in a big pile.
Yeah, and those hustle points are just another reason they're in control.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Some changes for Indiana. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Lavoy Allen. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. And it's Lawson in for George Hill. Here's the break. Here's Miles. No good from Lawson.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Smith outside. Trying to get open is Mozgov. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
The kick out to Hill. Fires from deep. That's good. Hill's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pacers.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Yeah, and the perimeter shots, though, Greg, not really falling at a good clip here. So I think they may have to back out of that a bit and not settle for those jump shots.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. James checked in for Shumpert. And Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Here's Lawson. Puts it up. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Pick up by Hill. Stuckey passes to Lawson. This one for 3. That's good. Lawson's got 6. Outside Irving. No good on that last second attempt there. And we've reached. Well, start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. We've seen Ty Lawson really having a great game.
And, you know, not always the guy that you would expect to be making the big but so far tonight, he has delivered.
Yeah, he has, and he's really been a difference maker so far, and it wouldn't surprise me if they look his way a bit more to end this game.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. We've seen Ty Lawson really having a great game.
And, you know, not always the guy that you would expect to be making the big plays, but so far tonight, he has delivered.
Yeah, he has, and he's really been a difference maker so far, and it wouldn't surprise me if they look his way a bit more to end this game.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position, and it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
That's good.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
Irving for three. They get it back. Kicks it out to Love. Love with another miss.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Dishes to Smith. Back to Irving. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Ellis. And he lobs it up toward the rim. He gives them a double-digit lead.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Jefferson's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Irving. And it's James Jones in for Smith. James kicks to Jones. And the pass to Fry. Jefferson dishes to Fry. Tipped away. Paul George with the steal. By himself. And it's Monta Ellis with the finish.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right. The Pacers making a switch here. Turner's checked in. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the game. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to George. He feeds it to Turner. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Hill with it. He's picked up by James. George. Not enough on that one as it misses.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with